All right, let's check out Skyler, Ray, and Endr 1 with Pray. Let's get it.
You ever around someone and you can just tell that they have no idea why you are the way that you are? And on the inside, you're just thinking like, if you... You ever around someone and you can just tell that they have no idea why you are the way that you are?
Yes. Yes.
And on the inside, you're just thinking like, if you've seen the things I've seen, then you'd get it. Yeah, I'm 6s and 7s, but I don't need approval or any credit. Been so close to my demons so long. If one came up and sat right here, how much you wanna bet that I could pet it, huh? Things I...
Hold on, I like this message. We going deeper than usual. Okay, we mids. We get passed along as mids, but I don't need approval or credit. I don't need anybody to shout me out. My name and what I know for myself, my testament. Come on.
7s, but I don't need approval or any credit. Been so close to my demon. I'm 6s and 7s, but I don't need approval or any credit. Been so close to my demons so long. If one came up and sat right here, how much you wanna bet that I could pet it, huh? Things I regret I've done. Rarely see a steady sun, but take up space outshining the child that I never loved. The enemy.
Dang though. He went on. I was gonna pause prematurely too. Child that I never loved, the inner me. I haven't given myself that attention. This already feels, and I'm pretty sure this is where this is going, but it already feels on the outset like an acceptance song. I've accepted myself. I approve of myself. I've finally graduated to that point in my life where I'm ready to tackle the next obstacle because I'm okay with who I am. And if you guys were listening earlier, I was talking about that with myself personally. You do a lot of dumb things when you're young because you have to be cool. You're too cool to listen to this. You're too cool to do that. You restrict yourself because of what people around you think. And the bottom line is when you actually graduate, in my mind, into adulthood, when you become the person that you're going to be, the person that ultimately you can be proud of, you have to stop being too cool for things and just be ready to be you. There's nothing more beautiful than that point where you hit that level of self-acceptance where you say, okay, I can just be myself. And the fact is, you're going to make hard decisions. If you go back, some conflicts that we've had recently, a lot of that is because I am me and I'm happy to be me. And I'm not sorry for getting to a point where I no longer have the capacity to care for this person, that situation, whatever the case may be. I no longer can do this. And if you can't understand that, then you're not a part of me. You are not supportive of me. You are not in my corner. If you're not in my corner, if you don't like who I am, who I'm willing to be, I'm going to stand on who I am, because at the end of the day, as long as I'm on this world, there's only one person that I have to be accountable to, and that is me. At the end of this life, I'm accountable to God. Until I'm accountable to God, I'm only truly accountable to me. Everybody else, you could all say fuck Tyler and never deal with me again, and there's no impact to your life at all. If none of you showed up next Thursday and I was here streaming by myself, there's no impact to your life. You will move on. You will find something else to do. You will continue on. I have to be accountable to me. Now, yes, because I love all of you dearly, everybody in this community is someone that I care for and want to see do well and want to have a relationship with. I hold myself accountable to doing things that you guys are going to enjoy. That's why we do the game nights. That's why we do the community streams. That's why we do the things that encompass the community. Ultimately, that's because that's my code, because you are people that I have value in. You give me value. You make me happy. Not just because, oh, you watch my shit and I get a tenth of a cent every time you watch my video, but because genuinely when I run through, it's like Tim, I've known Tim for a long time. Tim is a really good friend of mine that I've known for over a decade. You know, Tim brings value into my life. Roxy is a beautiful human being, and she has sent my daughter some things that my daughter still cherishes. You guys add value to my life. Jay has been to my house. Jim has been to my house. They're both people that I love and have had into my home. I fucking love Heather. This is a community. This is not about like, oh, well, Tyler streams and everybody watches. No, this is a community where people have come together, and it's just a fucking awesome group of people, man. I do truly cherish all of you guys. So yes, I'm accountable to me, but you guys are a part of that, because to my code, you are beautiful people who have added something to my life in some way, and I truly genuinely appreciate that. All right, let's go.
How much you wanna bet?
Sorry, that was a long diatribe about me, but I really like this song. I'm gonna back it up so that we can
You ever around someone and you can just tell that they have no idea If you've seen the things I've seen, then you'd get it. Yeah, I'm 6s and 7s, but I don't need approval or any credit. Been so close to my demons so long. If one came up and sat right here, how much you wanna bet that I could pet it, huh? Things I were.
Yeah, I get that too. And I skipped over that line last time, but for real, we're so close with our demons. They're like little pets for us at this point. Man, I feel that. I feel that. Your boy stays on edge.
Red I've done, rarely see a setting sun, but take up space outshining the child that I never loved. The enemy got this fucked up kind of tendency. So when I hear that phrase enemy, I only hear enemy. And listen, this is the craziest part, cause all the things that break me apart just made me a part of something bigger.
Ah, no! Ah! See, this is what I love about songs like this, because that's what I was just talking about. This shit has hit me. It's pulled me down. It's gotten me to the point where I don't want to do this shit anymore before. You know what I mean? There's a copyright strike on my YouTube channel right now. That's why we literally cannot do this stream on YouTube right now. And it's literally over nothing. Hold up, run that.
When I hear that phrase enemy, I only hear enemy. And listen, this is the craziest part, cause all the things that break me apart just made me a part of something bigger. It's kind of.
See, and that's the thing, the things that break me apart, bro. When I see people fighting over dumb shit that is objectively dumb, that should not have an impact, that should be gone in the Discord, and I tell people, like, hey, let's not fight about this. Like, let's move on from this. And I watch this shit, like, 100%. Jay alluded to this a little bit in the Discord the other day, but that's part of what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that literally pushes me to the point where I don't want to do this shit anymore. I don't want to have the Discord open for everybody. I don't want to have the Discord open where everybody can say whatever they want to say, you know? Because when somebody's feelings gets hurt and then it turns on me, and somebody that I've had a great relationship with for years now is mad at me over nothing, objectively nothing, looking at the situation, there's a point where you say, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, but you do it because the thing that adds to you, the thing that bolsters you, the thing that makes you a better person, adds so much to your life, adds people and connections and whatever to your life, is so important. But there has to be a line where everybody understands what it is. The Discord's not meant to be a safe space. And if your feelings get hurt, okay, shake it off and roll on. Understand, especially if somebody who hurt your feelings is willing to say that they're sorry, move on. That's all I'm saying.
Kinda like a flame from a spark, put down the maker's mark, ironic, cause now.
Yo, why does this man have to call me out specifically, though? Why does he have to call me out like that specifically? Ah!
This is the craziest part, cause all the things that break me apart just made me a part of something bigger. It's kind of like.
And that's the thing, and that's the last thing that I want to highlight on that. This community is bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger. Honestly, it's bigger than, you know, we got 10 people watching right now. I don't know what else is going on. There are a lot of people who are normally here that aren't. So maybe something happened tonight. I don't know. This community is so much bigger than us. You know what I mean? And that ultimately is what drives me not to say, fuck it, shut the Discord, shut down, stop streaming, just focus. I could be a DJ and an engineer and all this stuff. And as a matter of fact, people that I work with have consistently told me, hey, stop fucking focusing on that stuff and focus on what we're doing here, because this is bigger than that. But it's not true. It's not true, because the community that we have, no matter how small a stream may be, where the people may come in, how many people, none of that matters, because the biggest thing that I can do is the connection that we have, guys. Like, I love, I cannot express to you how much I love the connection that we have. You know what I mean?
Cause all the things that break me apart just made me a part of something bigger. It's kinda like a flame from a spark, put down the maker's mark, ironic, cause now I'm making my mark, like wow. Kinda wish I.
It's like every line, man.
Put down the maker's mark, ironic, cause now I'm making my mark, like wow. Kinda wish I would've changed from the start, but if someone handed me keys and just gave me a car, would I have learned to navigate through all the snakes in the marsh, or be as grateful as I am I even made it this far?
See, and I love that. I love that, because I've talked about that several times, right? We've been through a lot of trials. We've been through a lot of issues, other communities, other content creators, whatever. We've had our battles. The people that we beef with, we've had the issues. We've had the rounds, you know? But we needed all that to get to a point now where we look at something objectively stupid inside the community and say, stop being stupid as a response. That situation is dead. Don't give that attention, that energy.
From the start, but if someone handed me keys and just gave me a
worst case scenario, we won't have ATRL next week. We won't have ATRL next week. Just kidding. You don't have to do that part. Let's go.
Kinda wish I would've changed from the start, but if someone handed me keys and just gave me a car, would I have learned to navigate through all the snakes in the marsh, or be as grateful as I am I even made it this far? I doubt it. Yeah, I'm looking up to space and the stars, using my pain and my scars like it was paint. This is art. See,
I like that. Drawing inspiration from those pains. Let's go.
Up to space and the stars, using my pain and my scars like it was paint. This is art. See, I'd rather spend my life at least searching for the light than spend another day in the dark. And said that's why I pray when the morning comes, forgive me for my ways. Yeah, that's why I pray when the morning comes, and thank God for each day. Cause every night I stay up, and wonder if I'm gonna wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, that's why I pray.
I'm gonna say, I love this song, I love the message, I don't love the hook. Lyrically and sonically, I like the song, I don't like the hook on this one.
Thank God for each day, cause every night I stay up.
I feel like we could have, and here's the punch, this is what I would have really liked, is on the hook, if we had given like a deeper register layer to go, and that's why I stay, you know, with a little bit of resonance in there, give it that extra little, instead of, that's why I stay. It just feels too final. Y'all feel me? If you had given me that resonance with a deeper register and given me some ringing, that's why I stay, as just an extra, like on top of what you're doing as an extra vocal layer, that would have been fire.
On my ways, yeah, that's why I pray when the morning comes, and thank God for each day. Cause every night I stay up, and wonder if I'm gonna wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, that's why I pray when the morning comes, you hear more than I say. Yeah, that's why I
in the moment of truth, I point to the root.
I said stay. I'm pretty sure it said pray all through that. So, I mean, you know what I mean. Whoop.
Wake up, yeah, that's why I pray when the morning comes, you hear more than I say. Yeah, that's why I
in the moment of truth, I point to the roof. I'm grateful, blessed by an angel. Traded my payload for a clean date in a halo. Bent to the top and dropped to the bottom. Took me an L inside that column. Meth got me like Gollum. My precious, I was arrested. A blessing, I got the message.
I like that. Love. Take the L like Gollum, got me in that column, like my precious, the Gollum precious, like Lord of the Rings bar in there, comparing it to love. I get you, because Gollum at the end of the day, Smeagol was willing to go to the end of the earth for his precious, you know?
Inside that column, meth got me like Gollum. My precious, I was arrested. A blessing, I got the message invested. My time, my journey, I'm constantly learning. My hands was dirty, wasn't a man till I was 30. In the game, but no jersey. Like James, I am worthy. The other side, I was flirting, but inside, I was hurting. I tried to stop the breathing, but God said you ain't leaving. I did my time, you demon, my inner child was.
So there's a little bit, I don't necessarily like how he's bringing these schemes on here the most. It feels like he's leaving the whole song. I feel like my biggest complaint is they're leaving room for resonance that a double vocal layer on the song could kind of fix with a little bit of extra vocal layer, you know?
Jersey, like James, I am worthy. The other side, I was flirting, but inside, I was hurting. I tried to stop the breathing, but God said you ain't leaving. I did my time, you demon, my inner child was screaming, but peep it, you won't believe it. I stopped fiending, but not beneath it. Had the game in my hand, but told him you could keep it. Check it, I got a secret. I'm allergic to leeches. The word he preaches, my life he teaches. I hope he reaches. He's in all of us. Just peep your features. Trust in.
I like that. I like that. And I think he's about to say trust in Jesus. Let's go, though.
Word he preaches, my life he teaches. I hope he reaches. He's in all of us. Just peep your features. Trust in Jesus. Sense of fetus.
Yeah, see, I was right. Oh, man. Like, no, man, speaking to my heart, man. When it goes through hard times and everything, when it comes to the end of the day, you know, I was talking to a couple of friends of mine earlier, and that's one thing I was pointing out to them is I just, there's no uniform for when we rep Christ. You know what I mean? I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt right now. And I hope to be somebody that you can see Jesus in. I hope that in my life, regardless, I've had a couple of drinks, I'm not wearing a suit and tie, but I hope that you can see Jesus in how I interact with people, how I interact with you. That's the fact, man. We can't, I cannot pause for 5 minutes and say, let me go change real quick. Let me sober up real quick. Let me change my environment real quick so that I can talk to you about Jesus. No. And that's ultimately what's going to save us all, man. And, you know, I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it again. I don't care if people stop watching because of it, unfollow, unsubscribe, whatever. At the end of the day, like the greatest thing that I could hope for all of you, because of that relationship we were talking about earlier, I truly care for all of you as individual people, and I hope that you do know Jesus before you die.
He teaches, I hope he reaches, he's in all of us. Just peep your features, trust in Jesus, sense of fetus. My thesis was they don't need us. Addiction brings demons, you should see the way they treat us.
That's why I pray when the morning comes, forgive me for my ways. Yeah, that's why I pray when the morning comes, thank God for each day.
That's why I pray.
Stay up, and wonder if I'm gonna wake up. Yeah, that's why I pray. When the morning comes, you hear more than I say. Yeah, that's why I pray.
Yep. Hey, that shit was gas. That song is fire, man. I really enjoy that song, 100%. A lot of relevance in that. It comes down to, for me, if you're in that situation, if you're looking at, why do you keep moving forward? Why do you keep doing the things that you do? Why do you continue on? Something that's not always happy, healthy, constructive, whatever. Why do you do it? It's for the people who have a connection to it. And at the end of the day, man, like I said, I don't ever want to miss a chance to say it. If you don't know Jesus, you need to get to know him. And I know the guy who's had some Maker's Mark and Angry Orchard and Coors Light isn't supposed to be the person telling you that, but I'm still going to tell you that right now, because 1,000% Jesus Christ is the only way that we're going to know each other for eternity. Get to know him. All right, guys, it's AlphaTyler, and I'm just letting you know that video that you just watched was probably recorded during one of my live streams. If you guys aren't already looking out, we live on Twitch almost every day, so make sure that you guys are following over there if you use Twitch. If not, don't forget, every Thursday we do ATRL, so if we just did a music reaction, which I'm pretty sure we probably did, y'all need to be making sure that you tap in every Thursday for ATRL, because it is the only place to be on Thursday nights. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow, and don't forget to check me out over on social media, wherever I be on the internet, doing whatever things I be doing on the internet. But y'all be blessed. I appreciate you. Much love. I hope that you are staying safe, taking care of yourselves. I'm gonna catch you guys next time.
Killing this mess, whole team stay grabbing them checks, slaying the best, and don't forget about all of them affiliated threats, menacing True Mob, United Saints, and all the rest. Last time that I checked, it was my chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rep. Last time that I checked.